Well, hi to my YouTube subscribers. Well, a big shout out to subscriber Connor McKay for being the first to tell me about the new visa regulations that go into effect June 1st. Now, complete details aren't available yet for some of these changes, but I found what I think is a good article about the changes at a site called CowSud English, and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. Well, for those of you studying Thai, cow is news, sud is fresh, so cow sud is live news, or literally fresh news. Now, I'm going to assume that the information in this article is accurate. Let me know if you think it isn't. So I'm going to read the article and I'll comment. It says, the Thai government has announced a three-phase economic stimulus plan, including easing visa rules to boost tourism and attract more foreign visitors. The decision was made during a cabinet meeting on May 28th as the country faces a prolonged economic slowdown, low GDP growth, and increasing public debt. The cabinet meeting reached a unanimous conclusion that Thailand needs to generate new income by fully accelerating tourism policies, which are considered the only economic engine that will yield rapid returns. Key points of the plan are divided into three phases for 2024 to 2025. Now, I think this was very smart of the Thai government. Now, living at Patong Beach, it's clear that since the end of COVID, tourism has really been on the upswing. Hotels that were abandoned are being remodeled and reopened. Occupancy rates are high. Thanks in part to many Russian tourists, high season in Patong has extended beyond Songkran this year. Now, Thailand is a fabulous tourist destination, and in my opinion, the government is smart to take advantage of this. Now, they describe the short-term measures as visa exemption for tourists, business visitors, and short-term workers from 93 countries, which is up from the current 57 countries, allowing stays of up to 60 days. So the current visa exemption is generally 30 days, so this increases the time that you can stay in Thailand from 30 days to 60 days, and that becomes 90 days if you add a visa extension. This actually makes the visa exemption as good as a single entry tourist visa. It's hard to imagine why someone would now apply for a single entry tourist visa if they were eligible for the visa exemption. Now, the article goes on to describe how visa on arrival is now available in 31 countries, up from 19 countries, and this will be really helpful for the people from those countries. Now, the article goes on to describe a new visa category called Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV, for foreigners seeking to stay in Thailand for an extended period and work remotely. So this is really the digital nomad visa that a lot of people have been asking for. I think there'll be a lot of takers for this visa. So it says that skilled foreign talent, digital nomads, freelancers, and those engaging in activities such as learning Muay Thai, cooking, sports training, medical treatment, seminars, and arts and music events. Now, the article goes on to describe that spouses and legal children under 20 of DTV holders can also stay on this visa. But you need proof of financial support or a guarantee of at least 500,000 baht for the duration of the stay. 500,000 baht is about $13,600. Now, for some people, that might be a lot of money. For others, this might actually be a good alternative to, for example, an education visa. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But this seems like an important new class of visa that people will take advantage of. Now, the DTV allows a stay of up to 180 days with a visa fee of 10,000 baht, valid for 5 years. So they're charging 10,000 baht, which is about $270, for a stay of 180 days. Remember, the 500,000 baht is just money that you're keeping in a bank account. You do get that back. Now, it goes on to say that the stay can be extended once for another 180 days with an additional fee of 10,000 baht. So this description leaves me with more questions than answers. So the obvious question is whether I could stay 180 days on the DTV and then get a 180-day extension, so I'm staying in Thailand for the entire year. Now it says I can only get one extension, so what does that mean? Does that mean that on the DTV I could leave Thailand, come back, and get another 180 days? Or if I can't do that, would I be able, after that 360 days, would I be able to apply for another DTV and then stay for 180 days plus an extension? So the question is, would I be able to stay continuously in Thailand using the DTV and just getting a new DTV when the old one expires? I have no idea. More information about the DTV is supposed to be available June 1st, so I'll be looking out for that, and I'll be seeing if I can figure out how this actually works. But for the moment, I don't really understand how this works. If any of you really do understand how it works, please let me know in the comments. Now, there are also benefits for foreign students, and I'll just read what that is. Foreign students pursuing bachelor's degrees or higher with a non-immigrant visa will have an easier time finding work and staying in Thailand after graduation. They're also offering extended stay of 1 year after graduation for job hunting, traveling, or other activities with certification from the Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research, and Innovation. So I imagine that for foreign students going to school in Thailand, this could be very good news. Now for the second category of these changes, what they call the medium-term measures, which will be implemented from September to December 2024. So what they're saying is they're restructuring and reducing the number of non-immigrant visa categories from 17 to 7, starting in September 2024. So that actually is a nice simplification. If you go to the consulate websites, you see that right now there are a lot of visa categories. It's a bit confusing, and I think this is a reasonable simplification. They also say that they're reducing the health insurance requirement for non-immigrant visa, OA, from the current 3 million baht to the pre-COVID levels of 40,000 baht for outpatient services and 400,000 baht for inpatients. So this is not the cost of the insurance. This is a description of the coverage of the insurance that you must buy. Now this is interesting. So I have a retirement visa, but I was not required to get health insurance when I got the visa. Now some people are grandfathered in, but some people who are getting retirement visas now are not being asked to meet this requirement. Now I believe that people who apply for a retirement visa from their home country are often asked to get this insurance. But most retirees that I know actually haven't had to get this health coverage. So I don't know. It's possible that by changing the amount of this required coverage, maybe they will start asking retirees to get this insurance. That's only a possibility. I don't really know. I hope they don't make that change. That would affect me. So if you're getting up there in age, the price of this medical insurance can really be quite high. And once you reach certain age brackets, it might be actually very difficult to find this insurance. So we'll just have to see what happens. I'll report on what I find as I read more about this. Now, the article goes on to describe that they're expanding the e-visa service from 47 to 94 Thai embassies, consulates, and trade and economic offices worldwide by December 2024. This may not affect tourists very much because they've already described that they've increased the number of countries where the e-visa is available from 57 to 93. So the change that's being described here is really an increase in the number of places where e-visa applications can be processed. So that may speed the processing time for e-visa applications. We'll have to wait and see. But it's likely that many of the people who currently are in a smaller home country that doesn't have a consulate or an embassy will now be able to send their e-visa request to some organization that's within their country. And for a number of people now from smaller countries, that's not the case. So this is not a big change. This is more of a change in how immigration authorities will administer the e-visa. And then the article goes on to describe the third category of changes, which are long-term measures. And these will be fully implemented by June 2025. So they're talking about developing an electronic travel authorization, or ETA system, for foreign nationals eligible for visa exemption, using technology and innovation to enhance the screening of foreign nationals by integrating data with the Immigration Bureau. So I think this makes sense from the perspective of the Thai government. They've been reluctant to expand visa exemption because they're concerned that they'll be letting in people who will overstay in Thailand or people who might be criminals. So it looks like what they're doing is they're developing some app that will take data from immigration. My guess is maybe they will track people. And this was done during COVID. People were tracked like this. So we don't know exactly what this will look like. Some people may find this a little intrusive, that you would have to keep an application going that tracks your location. From the perspective of the Thai government, this probably makes perfect sense. The article goes on to say that government spokesman Chai Wacharang stated that while these measures to facilitate tourism will result in a loss of approximately 12.3 billion baht in government revenue annually, the expected return from increased tourism, estimated at 800 billion to 1 trillion baht, led the cabinet to approve the measure. So I think this could really be a win-win situation. This is good for the Thai government because it's going to really increase tourism. And I think this will be good for tourists to Thailand because it will be much easier to arrange longer stays in the country. So it seems like good news to me. You can let me know your opinions about this in the comments, or let me know if I've gotten anything wrong, or if you've heard other news about this. I'd be interested. And as more information becomes available, I'll report it here. So anyway, thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you soon.